Oh yeah, we out here to New York. Yes, we got the 12-6 elbows to asshole. That's the popular thing. But yeah, man, we're back, man, from a little Apex card. I think that was the last Apex card of the year. So everything else is not going to be at the Apex for the rest of the year. But we're moving on. But before we do that, we're just going to recap real quick like we always do. Didn't have a winning week on the picks on this card for us, but we'll recap anyways. Nothing too bad. But UFC Vegas 100, you went 1-2. I also went 1-2. Let's see.
Trash.
Yeah, our fights got canceled. We had multiple canceled fights, but what do you? The one you hit was the parlay, the greasy parlay. You had Denise Gomes, Mansour Abdul Malik, Carlos Prates, and Jillian Robertson at plus 115 for that parlay. And then the ones you missed was Garbrandt. Well, that one got canceled, so it didn't count. And then we got GM3 plus 245. He was looking all right, up until he didn't look all right.
His ass got choked out, right?
Yeah, exactly. But honestly, the other guy did not look impressive, other than he had a little more power to his punches, in my opinion, than GM3. But GM3 was lightweight, piecing them up when they were standing, as far as volume. And then he just went down from there once he got hit a couple times. And then the one that I was actually real surprised about, you missed Robertson by sub plus 140. Robertson went to decision, man, and the world thought that she was going to finish it inside the distance and dominate. So that one was kind of bullshit for me too, because I was on Robertson inside the distance. But yeah, man, for me, same thing. I went 1-2 minus 1 unit. Oh, you were minus 0.85 units, not quite 1 unit yet. But for me, also hit the greasy parlay, similar to yours. It was actually Gomes, Mansour Abdul Malik, and Robertson. My fourth one was Sopaj, but that fight was canceled, so it ended up being a minus 115 parlay. And then I also missed GM3 as well at plus 245. And I missed the Denise Gomes by KO plus 300. That one, yeah, man, she had no chance. She still won, but
Carolina still got a little fight in her, man.
She got a little durability in her, for sure. But yeah, a little fight, a lot closer than the odds have indicated. And then my fight, though, the best bet for me was Miles Johns, but that fight got canceled against Garbrandt. So, it is what it is. I still had a decent night overall. And I thought the fights were pretty decent. A lot of finishes, though, comparatively to what we usually been getting.
Yeah, it was a lot of finishes.
So good stuff there. On that same subject, Dana White did announce, right, this UFC this week, 309. They're going back to the old gloves. That's crazy. I mean, has Dana White seen enough, heard enough from people complaining about these new gloves, whether they're true or not? But
I don't know. A lot of people are saying the comments is because of John Jones, so he could finger poke Stipe.
That's hella funny, bro. I mean, that kind of makes sense also. But yeah, man, I'm excited for this card. It's they had some canceled fights, but I think some solid fights still for what it is. And of course, we've been long awaited John Jones versus Stipe. Should have happened a lot earlier, but he got injured, so it kind of delayed the whole thing. And that's another factor, but we'll touch into that. Oh, they didn't take away his one loss yet.
They haven't
on his record. Yeah, that's kind of weak. That's weak. But anywho, we'll start from the bottom here. Let me share my screen. So we get a little tapology to tap that ass. But yeah, look at, we're starting off right away, real hot here, with horny fights off the rip. We got Veronica Hardy against Eduardo Mora, man. Veronica Hardy is a favorite as well, man. She's probably minus 170 right now, minus 160. But yeah, she's been around for a minute, but this is kind of like her best run, right, so far. And she's also the wife of, what's his name? Not Tom Hardy, but who's the other one? Dan Hardy. Dan Hardy.
I guess she used to mess
with. Yeah, man. She's 9-4, 29 years old.
She used to mess with a Roundtree also.
Really?
Yup.
Scandalous. Shout out to Khalil. But yeah, man, Eduardo Mora here. Or no, I'm starting out with Veronica. 3-fight win streak, bro. Granted, they're all sus people. But you got JJ Aldridge, Jamie Lynn Horde, Juliana Miller. So she beat all those people by decision. And they're all kind of sketch, to be honest. But she did look a lot better and real good. A lot of people underestimate how good Veronica Hardy is. She does have I feel like the IQ. She has the techniques. It's just that she's not naturally, I think, as athletic as some of the other fighters and chicks. Then you got Ronda here, Eduarda Mora, 11-1. I believe she's going up in weight. She's been having struggling in her other weight class, so now she went up. She's definitely a grappler, but she's also knocked people out with the ground and pound as well. But she's definitely going to want to grapple and use BJJ. She's only had one UFC fight against Montserrat, who she won, and then she has two, and she lost by Denise Gomes by split. So she's definitely durable there, but I think the weight up is good. Initially, I definitely really liked Veronica Hardy, but I'll be honest, at these odds, it's unheard of with Veronica Hardy because all her fights, she's been underdog, and just like overcoming kind of the what people, discount for her. But now it's like, okay, people recognize that she's skilled, and now they're going to put her at minus 170. That part has got me pump the brakes. But for the sake of the pick, I do think Veronica Hardy is a more technical and more, I guess, like skilled and on her run. But yeah, at the odds, I gotta go Mora here on just odds alone. Oh shit! Now she's down to plus 120. Hardy is minus 140. So market agrees. I think this is a little better on the price. I think Hardy should probably be like minus 130 TV IMO. But yeah, who do you like here?
Yeah, I've been riding with Hardy, so I'm gonna keep it going.
Veronica, she's also better looking, if that matters. If you put that into your handicap for all those people out there, horny handicapping.
She's Colombian, right? What flag is that? Or Peru? Mm-hmm. No, it's Colombian.
No, it's Colombian.
Nice.
I'm pretty sure. Yes. Yep, that's Colombian. So pretty rare. Nice. Next up, man, we got a nice entry-level fight here. We got Oban Elliott against Basil Hafez. This is an interesting fight because when I saw the odds, look at this. Oban Elliott is minus 250 and Hafez is plus 210, man. And I definitely didn't expect that. Oban Elliott is good. The Welsh gangster, 11-2, 26.
I thought it was tripping.
7-fight win streak. Oh, for the odds?
No, yeah, for sure. I was like, what? Why is he referring to? No, yeah, for the odds.
Yeah, so look at the people he's beat, though. All decision: Preston Parsons, Val Woodburn, Kaique Brito. So, I mean, some decent names for, him being kind of a newer fighter. And then you got Basil Hafez here. He's just kind of like an athletic type of guy, man. He's a little older, 32 years old. He's actually a grappler, but he's also durable, never been finished, going to fight for your money. He beat Mickey Gall, lost to JDM on that short notice split.
Which I thought he won that fight, though.
So I think that's a lot of, what we base our like hype on. Yeah, that's arguably he definitely win that fight. And I guess, for me, I haven't fired this one, but I don't know. I'm going against the money here. I just can't lay minus 250 with Oban Elliott, although I think he's a more technical fighter and he's better and he should be the favorite. I think minus 250 is a little crazy. So I'm going Basil Hafez here on just value alone at plus 210.
Yeah, same. And then Hafez trains with some killers. He's been doing it for a while. So yeah, Oban Elliott, he got that mouthpiece. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's been on it, but like 7-fight win streak, you can't knock that. But yeah, I think I'm gonna just go with the underdog.
Yeah, man. I think this thing opened closer to like minus 150, 160 for Elliott, which to me that makes more sense, right? Like that's cool. But minus 250, bro, you're getting close to minus 300, which is insane.
And Hafez is a dog too,
man. Moving. He's durable. He's gonna fight for your money. So I'm like, man, he definitely shouldn't be that big of an underdog. Next up, man, we got a mid fight here. We got Mickey Gall against Ramiz Brahimaj. If you guys don't remember Ramiz, he hasn't fought a lot recently, but he's most famous for our boy Max Griffin beating his ear off, and that shit just hanging on the side. That's what he's known for. He's 10-5, man. He's actually a big prospect back in the day when he started, and then he just didn't live up to it. But 10-5, big time grappler. He's definitely a grappler submission guy. That's what he's going to go for. Most recently, he lost to Thembe Gorimbo. and then he beat Michael Gilmore, but that was back in 2022, man. So he's just starting to get back to his fighting now. Then you got your boy Mickey Gall here. He's 32 years old, comes out to that song, "Hey Mickey, You're So Fine."
Jim Carrey.
But yeah, surprisingly, he's also one of those grappling guys. You know, he hasn't knocked anyone out before, but he's on a 3-fight losing streak, bro. Basso Hafez, Mike Mallet, Alex Morono, bro. Like,
those are all solid people, though.
Against like some decent competition. And then he lost to Mike Perry before, so like these are all solid. He's fought way more people. I just think he's at minus 130 right now, man, and
that's pretty crazy.
Miocic is plus 113. Yeah, I'm going Mickey Gall here, man. I already fired on him at minus 130. I think he's still good at minus 140. You know, I think he should be like closer to minus 160. So Mickey Gall for me, man. Who do you like?
Yeah, I'm with Mickey Gall too. I don't think he didn't look too bad in his fight against Hafez also. So I feel like he could try to out grapple Brahmas.
Definitely. It's going to be grappler on grappler. So sometimes when that happens, it goes to striking, you know, and stays on the feet. And if it's going to stay on the feet, I think Mickey's better than Rahimaj or whatever his name is. So
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of sketch too, because Mickey Gall, his grappling, his striking is cheek. So I don't know.
His cheeks. Ramirez just doesn't throw volume at all. Like he doesn't even strike. If you looked at all his fights, like even against Max, like even when he knows he's losing, he just doesn't throw that much volume at all. So that's the only thing. Is like if he does hit, maybe he's a stronger puncher. But I don't know. Mickey Gall be just throwing bombs randomly, you know, even though he's never knocked anybody out. So, but you know, maybe that changed with the old gloves again. Next up, man, we got more of a banger here with the bigger boys. We got Marcin Tybura against short notice taker Jonathan Denise, who was supposed to fight Black Beast Derek Lewis last week. Yeah, it was last week, right?
Yeah, Denise. Yeah.
But yeah, this is crazy. Marcin Tybura, 25-9. He's already 39 years old, man. Getting close to 40. You know, he's very well-rounded, very technical, to be honest, man. He only lost, it was a loaded loss last time, armbar from Spivak. Very interesting. And then he beat Tai Tuivasa before, and then before that he lost to Tom Aspinall, which is very excusable. So I'm not even going to count that against him. But he's been solid, man. He's only lost to top-tier talent. He's really technical. You know, he's a kickboxer, but he could do a little bit of grappling. But this is gonna be a striking fight because you got Denise here 8-0. He's 33, looks 43. He's also a huge guy, but he's a pure striker, kickboxer. He's durable. You know, the one thing I do like about him that I don't think will matter so much in this fight or the Derek Lewis fight is that Denise actually, for a guy that has no grappling at all, can somewhat get up for a new guy. You know, like if he gets taken down, he will fight to still get up. Whereas you see people like Rabelis de Spain, where it don't even look like he's trying to get back up, you know, and all this stuff. So for me, I mean, I didn't fire on this one yet, but I don't know. I'm leaning Denise at plus 125, man. I'm leaning that way. I think there's value. I think this is more of a coin toss fight. Maybe also Denise by knockout. I don't even like. Oh, whoa, hell no! Hold on. Look at this. Denise by knockout on Bet Online is plus 110, but if you just want to bet on him normally, it's plus 125. What the fuck? Yeah, they're tripping. But granted, it's the only way he could win probably. But
no, yeah, for me, it's all about the stand up in this fight. If Denise could keep it standing with Tybura, maybe he could get him out of there. But if Tybura can like take him down, maybe sub him. But I feel like Denise is more athletic though than Tybura.
Oh yeah, and he's younger, athletic, younger.
Because we also like taller too. Is Tybura coming off an L or he coming off a win? What's his last fight?
He's coming off an L against Spivak.
Yeah, and it was like Spivak. Yeah, like you said, you said, a rare armbar. Yeah, he has to take him down because like look at his last few fights. Yeah, I don't know. This is like a sketch fight, but I guess for the value, Denise, he's probably pissed too about the Derek Lewis fight.
And like I don't think with the heavyweights, the weight is a big thing either. Like you know how usually you take a week off and you are supposed to weight cut, and then now you got to cut the other week. But you know with the heavyweights, they're not cut like that.
Yeah, and I mean depends. What's he coming in at? What's his weight? What's it say on here?
Denise is what he's coming in at 255 last weigh
Oh
in.
yeah. So yeah, he might
That's
not
pretty
even be
big.
cutting. Yeah. I mean, he's still like 10 pounds away from the
Yeah.
limit.
Oh, he won't need to cut, but I think he just like stays at his walk around weight because he's not super lean either. You know what I mean? He's kind of
Yeah.
when he comes out and fight, he's a little flab, but that's kind of the heavyweights. So, but yeah, man, I just think the values on there. Although I think skill wise, I think Marcin Tybura is more skilled in MMA for sure. That's why he's probably favorited. Man, next up, man, we got a potential banger. Potential. We got Jim Miller against Damon Jackson, man. Jim fucking Miller. A10. I mean, everybody, if you've been watching UFC, you definitely know Jim Miller here. 37 and 18, 41 years old. He's very well rounded. Obviously, he loves grappling, but he could damn near down to throw bombs too. And
he's been
then
sleeping people lately.
mm-hmm. And Bobby Green here is the last person he fought, and he lost by unanimous decision. It was still a decision, but he did get his ass beat.
Yeah, we were at that fight, and he beat the brakes off of Jim Miller. He had to get like I want to say like over 30 stitches in his face. Try to keep it standing the whole fight, and Bobby Green just pieced him up. This fight, I don't know. I always go against Damon Jackson, so I'm not gonna switch up now. I'm gonna go with the older guy, the OG.
Yeah, Damon Jackson's actually a bigger favorite than what I kind of thought originally. He's a minus 170 right now, and Jim Miller's plus 145. Damon Jackson, man, 23 and 7. He's 36-year-old, not young either. He's obviously a grappler with some funny ass striking. But most recently, he lost to Chepe Mariscal, and then before that, he beat Alexander Hernandez by split. But other than that, he's fought some solid people: Billy Q, Dan Ige. But I'll tell you this, man. I just have this feeling about Jim Miller on the decline. At 41, he is great, and if he was a little younger, I'd be all over this. I think there's a reason why Damon Jackson is a favorite, which I was surprised about, and that tells me all I need to know. And I think in this matchup, and for me, I'm going Damon Jackson here, man. I think that this is one of those trap lines where people would be like, "Oh yeah, Jim Miller as a dog." That's so tempting,
But the thing is, because he's going against sus Damon Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's gonna be
exactly.
It's
And Damon Jackson being sus is common knowledge for the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So why is that Damon Jackson is such not even a little favorite? He's damn near minus 170. That's crazy.
Yeah, if Jim Miller looks like shit, he gotta hang it up.
Yeah. My personal opinion, I think if he wins, he should still hang it up. But these fighters, they're not going to, especially if they win.
The Japanese way, the Japanese way, bro, is if you keep losing, hang it up. But if you're winning, you might as well keep going. So that's
go till you die. That's
if you could keep winning, shit, keep it going. Because then when you get older, you're gonna miss that shit.
When you can't talk anymore and just CTE. But yeah, no, I feel you. They definitely keep fighting. That's why a lot of these guys from the old school just keep going. Speaking about old school, we got a matchup here. We got Chris Weidman here, the All-American, against Eric Anders. Man, this is a lightweight. Is it bad to say this is a shitty matchup?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
This is like
Weidman, 16 and 7.
This is like the bigger heavy. This is like the heavier version of the last fight.
Yeah, hell yeah. This is just old school people, man. They're trying to fill this whole card. It's headlined by some old folks. So Chris Weidman, man, he's 40 years old. He's done it all, wrestling, but he's knocked people out with a ground and pound as well, been knocked out as well. He's never been submitted in his career, which is kind of interesting. Most recently, he beat Bruno Silva, but then before that, he lost to Brad Tavares and the infamous Uriah Hall broken leg loss where, we all know he just pretty much shattered his leg, and Uriah Hall didn't throw any strikes and won the fight by knockout. Technical knockout, I guess, or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, man, this is interesting because they got him as now it's a pick'em, so he was plus money when he opened, but he's minus 105 right now. Eric Anders minus 115. I mean, I guess we can talk about Eric Anders too a little bit, or I'm going to mention him before I say anything. But he's your boy, 16-8, 37 years old, man. Knockout guy. He's pretty much going to be a striker. He could grapple, he could wrestle, but he's not really. I wouldn't say his style is full on wrestling all the time. For me, I don't even know why this matchup is like this. Obviously, he could knock out anybody. He does have some power to him and athleticism, but as he's getting older, I think his athleticism is dying off. I think that he always looked like he got a stiff ass back. He looks like he's not flexible. Like I don't even think I ever bet on Weidman in his career because I wasn't really betting when he was fighting like Anderson Silva and shit, on MMA. But I'm going Chris Weidman here. I think it's a cheap price. If you got him at plus money, great. At pick'ems, I'll still take it right now, man. Chris Weidman. I hate to say it, but Chris Weidman. Yeah.
Funny story. I was like almost like a good luck charm, I want to say, for Chris Weidman. I went to a string of fights like literally in a row from him. It was the first knockout with Anderson Silva, and then when Anderson broke his leg against Weidman, and then I seen him fight Vitor and Lyoto. So I was always betting against this fool, but lately, he's been on us. But this is like the perfect fight to see like what's up because they're both like out the door. Weidman's been a champion. Anders just kind of still like he's just like, what is he fighting for money or just trying to get a top 10 or something, which is crazy. But I think like you said for the Weidman, I'm going Weidman.
Yeah, man. I just think they both should hang it up. TBH. We don't need this fight. I'll tell you that, but I'll watch it. But we don't need it.
I think they're just doing it for Weidman because it's in New York and all that.
Yeah, that's another thing. A slot. Home crowd favorite. Fan favorite. It's set up for him, man. And if he can't win, then it's like there's nothing else.
Hey, that's funny though. It's back-to-back fights with Anders and Damon Jackson. They both went to Turkey to get the turkey hairline.
Oh. Shit, we need to see, bro. Like people going over to Turkey and coming back, getting the swag back, like just coming through. Marab, you see Marab, champion.
Yep, they all went to the same place.
Oh yeah, they be doing commercials, right? For advertising some Turkish hair implant company.
Yeah, because they'll do it for free. Cool, they'll do it for free for them.
For the ad, yeah. I need to. So what's up with Gen G, man? What's up, Turkey? You need to get some Gen G endorsements, bro. Get my hair back. Yeah, I might come through with the little dreads, little baby twisties or something.
Like Jalen, what's his name?
Was it Jeremy Lin, right? Well, he'd be
Jeremy Lin.
Yeah, shit, hella funny. Kenya Martin all tight. like, oh no, you can't get that hair, little Asian boy. And he's like, bro, you got some Chinese that you can't even read tattooed on you. This is wild. Next up, man, this is a good, nice fight here. This might be a good technical fight. We got Jonathan Martinez against Marcus McGee, man. Marcus McGee, if you guys remember him, he was from Small Soldiers. The archer. Now, 9-1, bro. 34 years old, late in his career, but he's new to the UFC kind of. He's just starting out, has a few good fights. He's beaten he had 3 UFC fights already, beaten Gaston Bolanos, who just won this past week, JP Buys, who sucks, and then Journey Newsom's whatever. But when he went into these fights, people thought that he wasn't going to be a big deal. Look at that. Against Journey Newsom, he was plus 150 underdog.
He was big favorite in his last 2, though.
Yeah, his last 2. Because people finally found out, like, hey, this guy's actually a lot better than what we expected, just because people assume he wasn't that good because he was old. And he's joining the UFC old, but hey, it looks like it's paid off. And then you got Jonathan Martinez here. No, for sure. This is a solid ass fight. I think this is a good ass matchup. 19-5, bro. 30 years old, getting in his prime. He was getting all hyped until your boy Jose Aldo shut down that hype real quick and dominated him.
Yeah, but you can't really be mad at that loss. People are mad that Jose should have maybe won that fight against Mexican dude. Who was his name? His last fight where he was just putting him against the cage.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. It's just like Jonathan Martinez, but another guy. Mario Batista, no racial.
Yep, that's it. that Cejudo just got into it with, where he pulled up on him at a signing. So like,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? Although you can't be mad at that loss at this weight class against these new guys, this should be a scrap though. But I'm I gotta go with La Raza off the rip.
Yeah, the odds are pretty close. McGee's minus 135, Martinez plus 115. I'm with you here, man. I think there's value on Martinez, bro. I think a lot of people were on his bandwagon, and then after the loss to Jose Aldo and him getting dominated, people jumped off real quick, because he's not a super staple name.
Yep.
And now that he's the underdog, I mean, I get it. He's good, like he's solid, but I think these two matchup styles are going to be pretty close to each other. And I think if it stays striking, Martinez is going to be there to compete. McGee solid, and I think his advantage is going to be more of the grappling department. But he could strike too. I think both these guys are pretty well rounded. McGee's probably rightfully slightly the favorite, but I like Martinez at plus money here.
This is also McGee's first like hard fight, I want to say, in the UFC. I mean, Gaston, I guess that could be he looked good in his last fight, but that was against also a newcomer. You know what I mean? The Quavo guy.
Yep, exactly.
So yeah, like this is gonna be. I got Martinez though. Like I said, it's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, the Bolanos fight. Bolanos won because his striking he's a striker, and McGee knew what to do against Bolanos. Like he started grappling, like he was mixing in the striking, but it was mainly to start his grappling, right? And then against Bolanos, against Romeus or whatever, Romeus could grapple, but he ain't that high level, and also his striking is not even close to Bolanos. Like we can see.
Yeah, he's getting pieced up. That was a good. I wish I would have bet on that one.
Oh yeah, bro.
Actually, I did. I dropped I sprinkled a little something during the fight. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah, I bet on Bolanos, and then I took stabs on some other big dogs, and they didn't work out, man. There was some close. But Bolanos the one that actually ended up working out. Here we go. We're going into the main. Oh no, there's still a lot of prelims left. What do we got here? Oh no, that was the main event for prelims. Now we got the main card, man. A lot better fights here, but the first two are a little whatever. But we got the Fighting Nerds, Mauricio Rufy against James Lontop from Peru. This is a crazy odd fight, man. I know Fighting Nerds are on top right now. The hype is real. You got Ruffy, he's roughly around a minus 800. Lontop is plus 550. Yeah. This is kind of crazy, bro. But Ruffy is good, undefeated. He's knocked out Malarkey. He's only had one UFC fight, so it's a little sketchy, but he does look real good. We got James Lontop here, 14-4. He was all hyped up when no one knew him, and then he ended up being disappointing. Yeah, bro. Look at this. He lost to Chris Padilla, lost to Borishev. So now it's kind of like his stock has crashed. And I'll tell you this. Obviously, I think Ruffy should win with ease, but both these guys are strikers. And I'm going to tell you, man, Lontop, he could throw bombs too. So I think he's live, and I think the odds here are just a little too wide. He was plus 600 earlier in the week, now plus 550. I mean, I'm considering it. I haven't bet it, but like I might have to sprinkle a little something. Not that I think he's better by any means, but I just think this is just way too wide. I think he should be more like plus 300, plus 350. But I think at plus 500 or more, I think there's a little value to sprinkle on there as well.
Nah, yeah, there's a lot of juice on him now, especially because the Fighting Nerds are on fire. But they've been hyping this Rufy guy a lot, so I feel like he's gonna live up to the hype. This is like a perfect fight for him, especially how the Lontop dude's been fighting.
Yeah, and if you guys remember the Contender Series, this is the crazy thing. When he was on the Contender Series, he wasn't as hyped at all. He was actually an underdog at plus 180 against the guy he was fighting in Contender Series. And he came through and he knocked the guy out in the ground and pound at the third round. And the hype started building a little bit. And then obviously when he had his debut against Malarkey and he knocked out Malarkey in that flying knee fashion, it's just like, damn, your stock going up for sure.
He came off the same series as season as Gene Silva, right?
I think so. Yeah. The Fighting Nerds was all over it.
Man, they on fire, man. This weekend was like a protest. We didn't really speak on it because we really didn't bet on it because it was so big. But yeah, look what he did to Neil Magny in the first round.
Yeah, slept him out cold, and he didn't. It looked like
It didn't even look like something crazy, and it was in the temple. It was like, oh, automatically that was crazy.
Yeah, when he first hit it, it felt like he hit him, but like it kind of grazed a little bit. It wasn't full like dead contact, but it was enough to make him go to sleep. And Neil Magny doesn't be going to sleep like that all the time. So
Bruh, it's been a minute. I don't even know. I can't
yeah,
even recall when the last time he got finished like that, like TKO'd.
yeah, and quote unquote, if that matters to you, it's also with the new gloves when he was wearing it. So if that fool could knock people out with the conspiracy of the new gloves, then I mean he might really got it. So yeah, Prates is a real one, man. We'll see when he starts fighting like top ranked opponents. See how when he faces adversity, because at some point he's gonna have to face adversity against somebody.
Yeah,
So
for
we'll
sure.
see how he goes there. But yeah, you obviously you like Ruffy, right?
Yeah, with the nerds. Ooh, it's a good one right here.
Next up, man, we got the final horny fight of the card here. We got Karine Silva against Vivian Arujao. Man, this is a kind of a solid fight. It could be kind of like a stepping stone fight, right? Like kind of gatekeeper type of fight for Vivian Arujao, because I don't think she's going to be champion or anything. Whereas Karine Silva is young, up and coming, 18-4, man. She's very well rounded, actually, man. She could sub people, she could strike, she could kind of do it all. I mean, her opponents are kind of not the best, but that's because she was new. But now she's getting to the point where she's had 4 UFC fights already. So, she's gotten some experience under her belt. Real good here. Whereas Arajao, she's almost like a poor man's Talia Santos. That's what she is to me, a poor man Talia Santos. 37 years old, man. She could grapple, she could strike a little bit, but she's going to try to wrestle and hyped up prospect, if you guys remember. So, all this is by decision on her end. So I don't see her being able to finish anybody. Yeah, Karine Silva here, man. She's minus 255. Vivian is plus 215. I'm going Silva easy, minus 250. Parlay piece it,
I think
however you want to do it, but that's what it is.
Yeah, I think Silva by decision too, probably most likely.
Yep, Silva by decision is minus 105. So that's the most likely outcome. Yeah, I think that's the case, but I just think Silva is just up and coming much better. I mean, it's not much to even say about this fight. Talia Santos is not even in the UFC anymore. And if I believe that this lady is the poor man's version of that, then no, it's a no-go, no go there. We'll move forward to the main fights here. We're warming up here. Last 3 fights. We got Bo Leave Nickel here. Bo Leave, baby. Against Paul Craig, Braveheart. Bear
Paul Craig.
I still don't really know what Bear Jew means. It's kind of sketchy.
It's from that movie, Inglourious Bastards.
Yeah. I feel like it's faux pas to say the word Jew nowadays.
Have you seen that movie though?
Yeah, I've seen it once. I actually seen it in theaters.
Oh damn, man,
it's not my type of movie usually.
What's it? Quentin Tarantino.
Bo Nickel. Yeah, I'm not that guy. I'm Quentin. 6-0 Bo Nickel here, 28 years old, 8-fight win streak. Some people know him as the White Khabib. That's like the hype around him right now. He's a big time wrestler. He's the pride of USA wrestling, type of thing. But I mean, he's dominant in all his wins, but he's fought in pretty much nobodies. Jamie Pickett, Val Woodburn, Cody Brundage, all nobodies. I think this is a little step up, but Paul Craig is 36 years old, kind of looks even older than that. 17-8. He's solid though. Like, you can't ever count him out. His BJJ is amazing, especially for his size. And he's fought pretty much, top tier guys, or the guys that they put in front of him as a gatekeeper. So for me, and the odds are crazy. Before I even say, you probably already know it's going to be minus 1,000 or more. But right now, BetOnline has it at minus 1,200. Paul Craig's plus 750. That's kind of crazy, disrespectful. But at the same time, I've been on this Bo Nickel White Khabib train, so I'm not saying any hot takes in here, but yeah, Nickel.
What's Bo Nickel by like TKO knockout?
Nickel by knockout is minus 155.
Yeah, I'll probably
That's a good.
Paul
That's not a bad look.
Paul Craig's been getting chinned like crazy lately, and I feel like the fight's gonna stay standing because Bull can dictate wherever, and I feel like he's just gonna catch him, and it's gonna be like more hype, like oh he knocked him out, Bo Nickel.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I actually like that look as well. I think obviously I don't love props at minus, at minus whatever, but when someone is minus 1200 and you can get it down to minus 155, I too believe that he's probably going to win my knockout just because Paul Craig could grapple, right? So it's like, why risk it, if you don't have to?
What is submission though too as well for Bo Nickel?
Bo Nickel by submission is plus 200.
Ooh, he might try to be like, hey, I'm gonna beat him at his own game and just like choke him or something. But I feel like I think the knockout would be more sexier.
Mm. Yeah, exactly. And I think he could do it. There's no other way to really play because Bo Nickel inside the distance minus 700.
Yeah, we seen him knock out the Val Wilburn, right?
Were we there? Or I remember seeing it, but I don't know if were we there?
Go to it. Go to Bo Nickel.
Let's see here. Val Woodburn. Oh yeah, that was 290. Yep. Volkanovski and Rodriguez. Yeah, you remember that, bro? He was a minus 1600 against Woodburn.
Damn,
that's great. But I think Val Woodburn took it short notice too.
Yeah,
not that it would have changed the results, but
it would have, bro.
That it would have. He would have had a better chance, that's for sure. But yeah, not too much to talk about there. We'll see. I mean, I know a lot of people are also waiting, like, hey, when's that matchup for Bo Nickel that is going to really challenge him like to the next level? And I think that's not going to happen until he starts fighting ranked opponents, So he should get it. I mean, I think he should get someone in the top 15 after Paul Craig. So unless he loses, but I don't see that happening. So, yeah, they're shooting fireworks over here, practicing for the F1 Formula.
Hey,
shit's crazy. Next up, man, we got
you got to be there.
The real fight. We got the Charles Oliveira, the Du Bronx, with the custom shorts this time against Michael Chandler, man. This is a rematch. It's going to be solid, entertaining. But yeah, go ahead.
No, I thought the shorts were kind of mid.
Yeah, it's just different. Finally, it says Du Bronx, right? But it's like you're so used to seeing him in the yellow shorts.
John Jones ones go crazy.
Yep, John Jones one. I feel like most of them they designed have been solid. The Max Holloway one, the Topuria ones.
Gaethje was trash.
Yeah, it was regular, right? It was just like kind of norm.
Yeah.
But I mean, at least they're trying. They're doing stuff special, which is cool.
It's the least they can do.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. The least they can do, especially when they make all these fighters wear like specific ass shit.
That was so shady when they first did the switch to like Reebok. It was like, some have their custom. Like it was like, oh yeah, you see black and yellows, Anderson Silva, Tito Ortiz back then, Chuck Liddell, and now it was just all that bullshit Reebok when they first started.
Yeah, and it just sucks because like they can't wear their own, get money from their own endorsements, right? Like they're only getting a small ass percentage of whatever this shit is.
Yeah, it's like how many fights you've been in the UFC for or something like that. But yeah, man, this is gonna be it's a rematch, right?
Yeah, this is a rematch from 2021 of May. Yep, where Chandler got knocked out by Oliveira.
But was winning that fight, but then Oliveira got slid. It's gonna, man. This is a close fight, bro. I don't even know like what to pick. Chandler is a big underdog, or what is it?
Yeah, so that's another piece of the puzzle here. So we got Charles Oliveira minus 245, Michael Chandler plus 210. That changes a little bit because I mean, like you said, the first fight they fought, Oliveira had a classic Oliveira performance. It's like he somehow was gonna lose the fight, then he comes back and he just gets a crazy win, whether it's by submission or knockout or something crazy. So, fan favorite type of shit. And, him, if you've been watching the embeddeds and the countdown, UFC countdown and shit, man, Oliveira went back to like his hood, like he went back to the Brazil, like poor areas. He's over here training. He's like, yeah, I'm training at this old school gym. I'm going to be here for the rest of my career to lift weights and do all this. It's like old school gym, like real old school. And I mean, it's good that he's going back to his roots and like, just like being humble because that's why people like him too, right? But at the same time, you see Chandler, this fool's like using all the technology, all the sauna. He's like, yeah, this is my regimen. I'm going to go breathe into this thing, and I'm going to go into this chamber, and then I'm going to do this. And then he's like, I'm going to drink this and do this. And then it's just like the opposite of what Oliveira is doing,
Yeah. Hey,
So I don't know.
He's been waiting for like 2 years to fight, right? So he has to be prepared. That's another thing, that inactivity for Chandler. Is this 5 rounds or 3 rounds?
I believe this one's going to be 5 rounds. Let me double check that. Yes, 5 rounds.
Yeah,
5
man,
rounds, baby. I
that's
don't think
crazy.
we need them.
That's crazy. They've been doing the co-main event. See, that's the thing. I don't think Chandler can I don't think he finishes it like or wins a 5-round fight against Oliveira. I feel like if it was a 3-round, Chandler would do it, but I don't know. That changes thing. What's Oliveira by like submission and knockout?
Let's see here. Oliveira by submission is plus 135, which is the most likely outcome, and then we got by knockout is plus 215.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Damn.
man, that's kind of crazy. Oliveira inside the distance is still not that juicy. Minus 200. That's tough.
I think submission
Yeah,
would be cool to sprinkle on, but what is he -2 what?
245.
That's
Yeah,
not too bad. Yeah, I guess I gotta
yeah,
go with Oliveira.
yeah. I'm with you. I mean, I was going back and forth. The price does kind of scare me, but I think the first time they
Because
fought, it was similar, right? Like,
then I
so,
feel like if the fight with
it was pickles.
Sarukian, I feel like if the fight with Sarukian was 5 rounds, Oliveira would have got that one.
Yeah, you're right. He was coming back a little bit. Man, I like Oliveira, man. I just the minus 245 is kind of sketchy, and here's why. Like the last time they fought, it was damn near pick'ems, or Oliveira was like a minus, 120, 130, something like that. It was a lot closer. Now that we've seen Oliveira beat him, it's like, okay, now they're gonna juice it to the tits, and it's 245. So that part I can understand. If anyone bets, Chandler at 210 or 200 or better, I wouldn't blame him, because that does sound kind of tempting, but because we've seen Oliveira get chinned. We've seen that story before, and
But
Chandler
then,
does throw power.
yeah, he does. But then also, like, Oliveira chins everybody he fights. You know what I mean? Or he could catch him in crazy ass submissions, like the way he almost choked out Sarukian. That was crazy. I feel like he can make what's the name tap again. I'll probably just go with that prop.
Yeah, I'm going with Oliveira for sure for the pick. I'm still deciding if I'm gonna throw him in a parlay or do something with him. But yeah, I like Oliveira to win. I think he has more ways to win. I think he's better. Like I said, the same thing that sketches me out is also when I see these training videos and I'm seeing Chandler
too,
do
though.
everything. Yeah, I mean they're both old, right? Chandler is older.
But. Yeah, Chandler's like 36 or something, right? Or I know
Chandler's
Oliveira's like 32.
and no, he's 35, I think. Let me see.
Oh, okay.
He acts young still. He is 35. So he just turned 35 though, not too long ago. So still young. He's just been in the UFC for hella long, hella years. But so two vets fighting. Yeah, I like Charles. I just, like I said, the training sketches me out. I just see like someone using all this technology versus someone literally just being in the dirt and like just old ass equipment. I'm just like, I don't know. It has to be a difference, right? Like, but at the end of the day, it's all skill and who has more heart. And I would say that's hard to argue because both these guys, I would say, have real heart. That's the one thing that's immeasurable.
What's the under?
Under is 1.5 rounds at Pick'ems.
Damn.
Yeah, so it's close. They say it could go either way. I wish it was 2.5 rounds.
1 round is crazy. Knockout for the 155ers, like that's pretty damn.
Yeah, it's tempting to go over 1.5.
Yeah, I would bet the over because that's crazy. Like they think they're just gonna come in guns a blazing then.
Yeah, maybe. See you at the top. Right?
See, that's the thing. He ain't fought in 2 years. That's pretty crazy, bro. And then he's coming off a loss against who or no, he was on
a lot of
win.
people. Now Chandler, he's on a little losing streak. I mean, he beat Tony Ferguson out of that. Lost to Poirier, Gagey, Oliveira.
Ferguson was low key winning that fight too, though. Then he got his ass slapped by the kick or something like that. I think, right?
Yep, that front kick there that just made him night. That shit was crazy. Yeah, this is a hard fight to
I
really
gotta
like
go with
handicap.
Oliveira.
We've seen it before, but
Just because,
yeah,
like,
it's hard not to, right? Because you just seen
weren't
it.
and also weren't you thinking that McGregor was gonna beat Chandler?
Huh? Yeah, and I never bet McGregor. I'll tell you this right now. I'm a
See,
McGregor hater,
I'm thinking like
but the
imagine,
style is perfect for McGregor.
but imagine Charles versus McGregor.
Yeah, exactly. You're right. See, that's because I would definitely pick Charles over McGregor. Not to say that
Yeah,
he would automatically win because he could get knocked out easily by
yeah,
McGregor. But like, if you know, like, there's a one person could grapple really well and one person cannot grapple at all. Like that's just a huge component. Whereas Chandler,
yeah.
he
Chandler can
can
grapple.
wrestle. You know,
Yeah,
so
for
like
sure.
I doubt that he's gonna really go for it. But if he needs to, he could use his wrestling. You know, whereas McGregor, he's not gonna ever use his wrestling. You know, he might do takedown defense, but if Oliveira wants to take him down, he's gonna take him down.
Yeah.
You know, so
Nah, yeah,
yeah,
but yeah, you're right. But I think I'm gonna go with Charles. I think just the inactivity for Chandler 2 years is pretty wild, and it's gonna be like a tough fight, 5 rounds also. But yeah, hey, Charles, let's get
yeah,
it.
I'm with you. One of the
Illuminado,
one of the bets I was thinking that I haven't made yet was Oliveira with Corinne Silva, little
Brazil life.
Brasileiro.
You gotta just might as
Yeah,
well add
parlay.
Roofy in there too.
Yeah, I minus whatever 800. Then you might as well add Bo Nickel in there too. Fuck it, that's 100. It's a free
Nah, I should
bingo
keep it
piece, right?
Brazil.
Uh,
Yeah.
Man, we got the main event here, man. The long-awaited goat fight. You know, the heavyweight goat versus the goat. You know, so we got John Jones against Stipe. It's kind of sad that it's finally now. Stipe's like 42 years old.
Hasn't
John
fought in
Jones,
forever.
yep, and John Jones 37, coming off a surgery and injury
2 year.
recovery.
You know.
Yeah, has it been 2 years already, bro? It's been about almost 2 years. You're right, almost.
Yeah.
Because last time John Jones fought was against Cyril Gahn in his only heavyweight fight, and he just choked him out real quick. Wasn't
3 minutes.
really even a fight, you know.
Yeah, and then it was like 2 years before that since he fought too, right?
Yeah, 3 years. Last
Yeah,
time he fought was
3 years.
Dominic Reyes, 2020.
Damn, so he's literally only fought twice in like the last 3 years, over 4 years.
Yeah, exactly. Neither of these guys are very active, but you know,
Yes.
like John Jones already feels like he's the GOAT, so he's like, I don't need to fight any of these like up and comers. I'm fighting
And
only
then
legends, you know.
what's Stipe's last fight?
Stipe 20-4 here. You already know it's probably the Francis Ngannou where he got slept real quick, like
Nope.
bad. It's the one where people made memes off that shit because he was like bent all backwards and shit.
Yeah.
Oh man! Then before that, devastating to my heart, he beat DC twice. All
Twice.
right. That shit hurt, man. I remember this last one too. I bet on DC. I was heavy on DC. It was a pick'ems fight, and DC
Man.
was looking good all the way. And then at the end, oh no, that was the fight before. Remember the body shot, right?
Yeah,
The
it's
one
because he
where
was
he took a body shot.
his last 2 fights, he was just like he didn't care no more. You know what I'm saying? He was just hella heavy. Not like he wouldn't have no. He feel like he didn't have no muscles no more or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's too much Popeyes and shit.
Popeyes. Yeah.
But yeah, man, I mean, you can't, I mean, what can you say about these two guys, right? Like this fool, he beat Francis Ngannou once already, and then he lost to him
Yep.
afterwards. So it's like he is the GOAT. There's nothing much to say, but like you said, he is older. He's well-rounded, but obviously, I think when it comes to the wrestling, you know, John Jones is one of the greatest, right? So it's like, what are you gonna do? Now
Yeah.
John Jones is even stronger than before. So,
That's
but do you think Stipe has a speed advantage or no?
maybe a little bit, but it has been so long since Stipe has fought though. He's gonna be 42 now. He was in his 30s when he last fought. Now he's 42.
Yep, that
So
40
like
hump, bro.
that speed disappears, that super inactivity, and then you're coming back into like you're gonna fight the quote unquote the best MMA fighter ever. Also,
Yeah.
he's coming off an injury. This is also his second training camp for both of them. You know what I mean? But John is coming off a fucked up
Mhm.
injury. You know what I'm saying? He tore his pec off the bone,
Yeah, which is
and he's never
crazy,
had
man.
he's never had an injury like that in his career like that. You know what I'm saying? So like, is he maybe done? Like, is his body giving up? But if everything goes like smooth, if he's just really John Jones right now, I feel like he's just gonna take him down and be
It'd be
smart. You know what I
easy.
mean? He's been training a lot with Gordon Ryan. Like I was thinking the sub before, but now since they got the 12-6, I feel like he's just gonna bring those back and just try to mollywop on Stipe. Because the thing about Stipe, his wrestling's not really there. Like I don't know if you were saying that his fight against DC, if DC would have wrestled, he would have yoked him just like they did the first fight. But then and we see what John Jones did to DC takedown wise, you know what I mean? So I feel like it's gonna be easy.
Yeah, I mean the odds say so too. John Jones minus 700, Stipe plus 500. I mean, is it a little wide? Probably, but it's also kind of warranted if you're talking about the GOAT, right? But Stipe always got a puncher's chance as always because he does hit hard, knock fools
Yeah.
out. He's pretty durable for the most part. I mean, minus the last knockout by Francis, but that's Francis, right? So it's
See,
like different.
but that's crazy. That's you're also coming back from a crazy ass knockout like that, which he probably recovered because he hasn't fought in so long. But that's still something crazy to come back from.
Oh, for sure, man. And yeah, it's like, what happens? Do you get some PTSD when you get back in the octagon and you're going
What's
against John Jones? So
what's John Jones by submission or TKO?
John Jones KO plus 130, submission plus 200. It's not bad.
Ooh,
Those are plus money from
yeah.
going minus 700.
I think he's gonna
Uh,
try to tap him because then like he's just gonna try to take the less damage and just sub him. I think.
the IQ is there, right? Like John Jones' IQ, fight IQ is super, like what makes him one of the GOATs as well.
Yeah,
Not
for
not
sure.
life IQ, but like fight IQ only.
Nah,
Um,
for sure.
Yeah, so like for him, you notice the Cyril Gahn thing, same thing, right? Like he was just kind of standing there measuring a little bit, but once he got a chance to take him down and then just jump on him, like he's gonna do it because he's like, I could just easily kill this guy, like Whereas why would I want to stand and strike against Cyril Gahn? And like maybe John Jones still wins that way, but it's
Yeah,
like why? Why do it?
and
Makes sense.
also he's like motivated for these fights. You know what I mean? Like it's not like the fights against like Martino and Dominic Reyes, where it's kind of like, man, these guys they're just there with like literally who had they fought to to be at like for John Jones to be like a marquee money fight. Like, oh, I'm fighting against what's his name, Maheta, right? Thiago
Yeah,
Santos,
Tio Santos.
and then also other dude Lionheart. I mean, bro, you know what I'm saying? Anthony
Yeah.
Smith and Reyes. Like those fights, like no disrespect, that was like a lot of mid tier kind of guys if you think about it. So
Yeah,
like
no, for sure.
that's why you think about it. He kind of got rejuvenated fighting at heavyweight, going against Siragan, and then this fight, and he wants to fight maybe the Pereira fight next, like a big fight like that.
Yep. I mean, I agree with him, man. So I'm not tripping. I mean, I get it. Like, as much as I wanted to see the Aspinall versus John Jones, only because I'm an Aspinall like fanboy, like.
Yeah,
But as far as like for the UFC for John Jones' legacy, he don't need to fight Aspinall. Like he only needs to fight these big money fights. There's no point in him because he only got way much more to lose. Like when let's say he beats Aspinall, it's like the people that support him are gonna be like, duh, like he's the best, he's the GOAT.
yeah,
But then if he loses, it's like, oh well, John Jones not the best. But it's like
he's done.
Aspinall's
He's
young.
washed. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is I think this is a solid matchup for what it is. Let's go. I'm excited. John Jones. Hope he does some cocaine before the fight. It's gonna be lit, bro. For all you people out there participating in that lifestyle, which I'm not, but I guess for some of y'all, this is the party to do it. This is the one. This is the event, bro. Imagine how many people in New York in that arena are just gonna be schneebed the fuck out. Right?
Madison Square Garden, son.
Yeah, all the Guidos with fucking booger sugar on their nose, all the
And
shit.
he's from like New York. He's from upstate New York, but it's kind of like
Yeah,
a homecoming back for him.
yeah, more than Stipe, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, Steve in
But
Ohio.
yeah, man, let's do this. What we got here for our best bets?
Man, I'm gonna do that prop bet off the rip. John Jones by submission.
Ooh, okay. Jones submission plus
You know,
200.
I like TKO also, but yeah, I'm gonna do submission with here. But I wouldn't be surprised for a TKO if we just pin him down and start dropping the 12-6s just for throwback.
Mm.
And then I'm gonna do a straight up the Habibi Basel Hafez.
Hafez, Hafez plus 210 or something like that. Yeah, let me check.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do a parlay with the horny fights. Corinne Silva and Veronica Hardy.
Okay.
And then is that 3 or 4?
Yeah, that's 3.
All right, then. Fuck it, bro. I'm gonna go with the All-American Chris Weidman.
Yes. Yes. I like that. I like that one. Chris Weidman's minus 105 right now. Yeah, I'm gonna jump on that for sure, for sure. Yeah, man. For me, man, this is a lot of a juicy card here. But what do we got here? There's not that many. There's so many juiced ass fights. Oh yeah, I got Mickey Gall here. Is it Mickey Gall? Yeah, I like Mickey Gall.
Oh, Mickey
Gall at minus 130. Solid. I like Damon Jackson. He's minus 170 right now. Jackson minus 170. And I like Chris Weidman at minus 105. And last but not least, I got to give the juicy parlay or something. Let's go real greasy here. Let's go John Jones. Let's go. What was the big other one? Not Ruffy though. Although I think he wins. But Bo Nickel, Corinne Silva, and Charles Oliveira.
Ooh.
Let's go with that one, and we'll see how it goes here.
I feel like the hairline parlay is also live too. That Jackson and Anders, that might be a good one.
The Turkish hairline parlay.
Turkey hairline parlay for sure. Damn. No, Weidman got to do it, bro. New York.
Yeah, I like Weidman a lot, man. I'm definitely gonna fire that right now. But yeah, man. Any last words for the people?
Hey, man, we trying to end the year on a cool note. Only like probably 3, 4, 5 maybe cards left, or 4.
Yeah, maybe 4 to 5 at most, right?
Yeah, because how many this month? It's been like this is like the last one for the month, right?
I think so. I think they're gonna take a break. Well, are they gonna take a break next week? I'm gonna Google it because I know they do it for Thanksgiving, but
yeah, because there's no more like Apex. It's not right, so yeah.
Yep. The next fight after this is no, they have one before Thanksgiving. They have UFC Jan versus Figueiredo.
That's gonna be like the 3 o'clock in the morning one. Yeah, that one's gonna be crazy.
Oh, that one's crazy, man. I don't know if I can watch 3 o'clock in the morning. Got me fucked up.
You have to go that's wild. You have to go party and just stay up. But yeah, man, John Jones is back. We'll see. Maybe something crazy happens. If Stipe could like TKO John Jones he's literally the best heavyweight ever. But I don't know, John Jones is a beast. So we'll see. Hopefully I'm not wrong. And then hopefully I'm not wrong about him being beast. And John Jones just like doesn't show up, just like an old guy now. Like damn, imagine gets injured.
I mean, that's possible. He could just get knocked out. That'd be crazy.
Gets hurt in the fight or some shit. But like,
that makes Stipe does that make Stipe the GOAT?
Go to heavyweight? Or
I mean, he already kind of is, unless he loses this one, right? So
yeah, I mean, yeah, for real. GOAT UFC heavyweight.
Because they don't want to say it's Francis. I mean, I don't think it's Francis, but
yeah, it wasn't Francis. No.
But it could have been Francis. Could have been, but he's the greatest PFL heavyweight.
So. Yeah.
And he's rich, so we're good. Yeah, appreciate y'all, man. Check in the Gen G group chat on Wax. But yeah, we'll be back next week with one of those crazy early morning cards, man. But peace out. Smoke out.
Jones, baby, let's go.